Come on, baby. Say more daddy sugar. Lovely, lovely, baby. We did it, say more with her. Come on, baby. Say more daddy sugar. Lovely, lovely, baby. We did it, say more with her. Tere, mano, we tere.
HOCW's operational running system is mainly based on the financial contribution provided by the many volunteers coming to Uganda to help the center. Indeed, when the volunteers choose to come to stay at HOCW, they are asked to pay a monthly rate for their stay. These funds constitute the main source of income for HOCW. For this reason, HOCW places a lot of importance on the arrival of new volunteers from all over. Moreover, HOCW places great value on the input brought by the many foreign volunteers who are willing to spend some time in Uganda.
My role here has been to work with the youth group. I've been helping them to establish their brand and their message. We've been working on their social media presence, as well as having secured them a small grant in which they're going to hopefully start a business, a small business that can contribute to their annual budget. We're working on business plans. Hopefully we'll see a successful one tonight and we can go from there.
Are there any business ideas that they've come up with so far?
There are a few actually. So I believe one student is looking into a Boda business, how to purchase the Boda and have a parcel delivery or a person delivery service. There's a juice bar idea I believe in the works, as well as an internet cafe.
Okay, so that's what you'll be discussing this evening?
Yes, hopefully we'll see some good ideas.
Mm-hmm. How many people will be participating?
So the youth group is about 100 members, although the founding committee, I believe, consists of about 6 or 7 members, depending on the day. But we'll have 3 students presenting ideas tonight.
Lizzie, can you tell us about how you revamped the HOCW website?
Yes, so basically I got the idea for the project when I was looking at the site. I just felt that it wasn't very user-friendly, and being here I realized that a lot of the material on the site wasn't up to date. And as I continued working with the students and the staff, I realized also that it just didn't really reflect all the things that HOCW is doing and the work that it was doing for the Ndege community. So I started with my camera, and I went out and took a lot of pictures, talked to a lot of the students, and then also the staff, and got their personal statements about the programs, and also what they were doing in the programs. And then I started compiling that onto a Word file, and then uploaded it online to a website builder. And that website builder, it combined elements of code as well as drag and drop, and so that makes it simple and easy to use for people here locally, and then also to add different elements that I can contribute for the design.
And now you've been here for 2 months and the site is up and running, and you're handing it over to Belingo?
Yes, so Belingo, he likes to write a lot of emails to donors and people that are interested in what's happening at HOCW. And on the website, I was able to add a updates tab. So basically, he can update on the blog basically and say what's happening and keep it fresh for people that are visiting to check in and see what's happening here on the compound. And like I said, it's a website builder, so very simple, and he will be able to figure it out without having much background in computer.
Okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Lizzie.
Thank you.
So what is it like to be a volunteer here?
So being a volunteer here, I think coming to a small grassroots organization, there's a lot of need for a volunteer. There's a lot of opportunity for a volunteer to really make an impact at this organization, because there are no small roles. There's a lot of opportunity for hands-on and also a lot of room to really innovate and design projects and programs where you might see the organization needs something, and I think that's a really both a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, no, that said, it's really important to be kind of a self-starter and really immerse yourself in our culture and our community here, because we don't have set volunteer roles. You know, you have to come in and assess for yourself where you're needed, where your skill set will fit best. And like Lizzie was saying, you know, don't be afraid to kind of implement a new program, because people will be so interested in what you're doing and, you know, and joining your program, and you get to see the direct impact that you have in our community when you do, you know, when you do things that you love and you bring what you love to our community. So.
And when I first came here, I had an idea. I think this is for both of us, but I sort of had an idea of what I might want to do, but then my first week was spent sort of observing classes and meeting people and getting to know people. And through my conversations and my observations, I began to realize that maybe my idea of what I wanted to do didn't really fit with the organization, like their needs and what the community could really benefit from. So then I, thought to myself, well, it's not, yes, I could think about what I could do before, but now being here, I can see better what would be better, not just for the community rather than what I, for myself, had planned.
When coming to HOCW as a volunteer, one has to be ready to accept cultural differences, along with encountering new unfamiliar ways to do certain things. Kate explains to us the use of a new acronym that sums up all the difficulties that can be encountered.
I think it's really hard to come in without preconceived notions of what will happen and what your role will be and what, this place looks like, but it's really best to try to keep those expectations low and to really have no expectations, I think, and just kind of go with the flow, because there will be days where you're sitting in the volunteer house and you're like, what am I doing? None of this is working. I think there will definitely be speed bumps, and the pace of life is different, communication is different, infrastructure is different, so things that might be seemingly easy where we're from, in the Western world, I guess you could say, will be quite a challenge here, and so it's best to keep those expectations low and to kind of roll with things, even your role as a volunteer. And I think something that we say often is like TIA, which is like an acronym that stands for This is Africa. So, when those crazy moments happen, you go, oh, TIA, this is Africa, and you just kind of laugh it off and roll with it. It's really important to be adaptable here because, I think my role as a volunteer has changed so much over the past 2 months. I started out as one thing and I ended up as another.
Recently, a new library project has got underway. The overall idea is to build a library to give educational material to people who would otherwise not have access to it. In the context of HOCW, this is extremely valuable, as one of the center's main objectives is to integrate the refugees into Ugandan society through the learning of language and culture. The birth of this project took place approximately a year ago, thanks to Alina, who created an online blog in order to raise funds and book donations for the project.
Hello, Alina. Can you tell me about this project?
Yes, so this project is called Libraries for All. It's a library for HOCW and the surrounding community. It all started about a little over a year ago when I heard about a Girl Scout from my area. I'm also a Girl Scout. She had done a project collecting books and sent them to Africa. And I really liked that idea, and I knew that educational supplies and tools were really needed here. And so I decided I would collect books too in my community. So I collected I started collecting books, and I found that it was easy to collect. And so I collected about 5,000 books. And then I decided it would be really cool to also have a library, to build a library with the books so that it would be complete and be really nice for the people in the community. And so I applied for a grant at a foundation, and I was accepted, and that was great. And then I also received donations through Global Giving, which is a donating website, and I received those from friends and family.
Okay, and you're waiting for the container to
Yes,
arrive.
the container we're hoping will arrive today, but at the latest tomorrow. It keeps getting pushed out every day. They say, oh, it'll come tomorrow, but it doesn't come. But we're really hoping it will show up today, later today, and we can start this whole project.